Welcome back to my channel. I'm here at Mooloolaba Beach talking about the IRONMAN 70.3 Sunshine Coast race that happens in September. This is my favorite race and is a beautiful location with a fast and flat course. If you're staying in the Mooloolaba area for the Sunshine Coast race, it's very easy to walk to transition to rack your bike on the Saturday or for race morning on the Sunday. Just walk straight past the surf club down this way towards Mooloolaba Spit. It takes about 12 minutes on the way. There are also toilets to stop by if you want to, and portaloos at transition and just past there on the swim start. Welcome to Transition. Transition is held at Parkland Parade, Mooloolaba Spit. You will enter on race morning and on the Saturday for bike racking through the bike entrance and exit. The dismount and mount line will be close by from there. You have to rack your bike on Saturday and leave it overnight. Sunshine Coast rules state that you cannot have anything covering your bike overnight. You also cannot leave anything in transition that is not attached to your bike. For example, don't leave a bike pump, any of your other kit, or any water bottles on your bike. When racking your bike, you don't need your helmet, and you'll usually pick up your timing chip at the exit over where the swim start and run exit will be. On race morning, you will need to wear your helmet into transition so that safety officials can visually see that you have it, it's done up, and it fits your head appropriately. Officials will check your bike on Saturday as you rack it as you walk through the entrance, and if they find any defects, they will speak to you at that point in time. You do need to have your bike stickers and your race number on your wrist to be able to check your bike in. In the far back corner is the run exit, and that will also be where you exit transition to get to swim start and exit transition when you rack your bike on the Saturday the day prior. Once you leave transition on race morning, you will have to walk a bit further down to get to the swim start. It should only take you at most 5 minutes. This is the swim start. You just head down to the beach through this entrance here, and the swim start is almost right on your toes. The swim course is right behind me in Mooloolaba Spit. This water can vary from perfectly pancake flat to extremely choppy. We won't know until race day. The water temperature is about 22 degrees, which does make it a wetsuit optional swim. The swim course is 1.9 kilometers and starts just behind me. You'll head out in a straight line towards the end of the rock wall, where you'll turn left at the turn buoy and swim down through the bay. There'll be another left-hand turn towards the end to have a short gap head towards shore briefly before you make another left-hand turn to swim back towards the swim exit. There'll be the one right-hand turn back towards the beach for the swim exit. As this is a surf beach, I do recommend that you practice getting in and out of the water when there are higher waves. Today is a great day right now with very limited waves. However, I have seen it quite choppy. I also strongly recommend practicing your sighting and being able to sight and line up a buoy with something in the distance. We have some nice skyscrapers behind us of the apartment buildings. That is a good idea to line that up with the buoy when you can't see it because of the wave in front of you. Aim towards the larger object like an apartment building, and that way you know that you're heading in the right line. The IRONMAN 70.3 has a rolling swim start. That means you have to self-seed yourself into the 4 zones based off your expected overall swim time. Each zone has its own coloured swim cap, which you'll receive when you pick up your race pack. And I'll put on the screen here what the zone timings are. You'll line up from zone 1 to zone 4 down the side of the beach into your correct area, and you'll be surrounded by other people in your coloured swim caps. At the swim start, you'll shuffle forward and you'll be divided into several lanes so we can enter into the water in groups of about 3 to 5 usually. And they'll be about 3 to 5 seconds apart. You'll hear a nice timing beep for when you can enter into the water. The swim exit is some distance from the swim start. For reference, the surf lifesavers and the gazebo down the end of the beach is where the swim start happens. So your spectators will have to walk down the beach to see you exit the swim. Your spectators will not be able to cross the swim exit line, and they will have to go back down the beach to find a suitable exit. This is the swim exit You will have to run up these stairs to transition. If you are feeling a bit unsteady, I do recommend walking for safety reasons. Once you've come up the stairs, you'll make an immediate right-hand turn. This will be lined and guided for you into transition. Here is the turn onto the highway for the bike course. You'll ride up this hill from transition, make a left up that hill there, and it will lead you out onto the highway. That location between here and the highway is the most elevation you'll have to cover. There's a total of about 600 meters of elevation across the whole course, and I will put the course profile up here on screen. You'll come back down off the highway from your first lap, turning left, heading down the hill on the other side for the next turnaround point, where you'll do a lap back up the hill, up that one over onto the highway for your second lap. The highway is fairly smooth and flat. There are a few small undulations across some bridges, but most of the time it is a fast course. There's always a headwind though. 9 times out of 10, the headwind will be on the way back into town. However, there has been the occasional year where the headwind is going out and you'll have a fantastic tailwind for flying back into town. The run exit are just behind me. You'll start your run heading out down towards the end of the spit and do a bit of a loop around there before running back past transition to the rest of the run course. This here is part of the run course. You'll come up and over this section multiple times. The run course and transition is over the hill that way. You'll come up over the hill, down to the end, turn around at the turnaround point several kilometers away, run all the way back, up over the hill, down to the little roundabout for your turnaround and starting of lap 2. You run out again to the final turnaround before coming back for your last and final time over this hill. Over the hill, there is a tri-club village, so on the downhill on that side and the uphill, you'll get plenty of support and cheers from there. Spectators tend to line this area as well, and there's usually an aid station just on the other side of this. Behind me here, this deceptively steep hill is the start of the finish line chute. You come speeding down this hill, slowing down slightly for the corner, and it's a straight line finish down the red carpet. The weather here at the Sunshine Coast is usually pretty warm for race day. It does start out a bit chilly in the morning for the swim start and getting down to transition, but warms up as soon as the sun starts to come up. The run course is exposed the whole way and there is plenty of sunshine to be had, so be prepared to be running in the heat in the warmth of the day. Some aid stations may have ice, but not all of them. The athlete guide usually comes out about 4 weeks prior to race day, and I highly recommend reading it and or listening to the race director briefing to make sure that you are covered on all the rules for this particular race. Thank you for watching this race review of the IRONMAN 70.3 Sunshine Coast race. If you like this content, please tap the like button. If you want to be notified that the race weekend video is up, please tap the subscribe and the little bell icon. And if you have any questions about the race, please drop them in the comment box below.